Hey man, stay safe world. You already know what's going on, man. So we gotta talk about this new development in the King Von FBG Duck beef, because the FBI just released a document with a lot of information basically redacted that shows that King Von played a major role in the FBG Duck murder, was willing to pay $100K to have FBG Duck gone, man. It's a crazy new development in the story and we gotta get into it right now. But before we do, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna run up this video, man. Check out the merch, link in the description at staysafeworld.com, man. 20% off on everything, man. So let's tap in. Apparently this document posted by Chicago Scene 88, which proves that King Von may have had something to do with the FBG Duck murder that occurred a couple years back. In case y'all don't remember, there's over 5 O-Block street gang members now accused in the brazen killing.
Alan, tonight federal law enforcement officials say they are charging 5 Chicago street gang operatives with racketeering in the 2020 Oak Street hit on Carlton Weekly. The rapper, known as FBG Duck, was said to be shopping for a birthday present for his son when he was cut down in a mob-style attack. And now the feds are using a law first aimed at mobsters to prosecute the 5. On August 4th, 2020, it looked like an old-time outfit attack here on Chicago's Oak Street. 2 attack cars, 4 shooters, and a hail of bullets. But the target wasn't a 1930s gangster. He was a new millennium rapper, FBG Duck.
The broad daylight Gold Coast murder of rapper FBG Duck back in 2020 involved 4 mass shooters who left 38 bullet casings behind following an attack that lasted all of 15 seconds, according to a new unsealed federal court document. That was a previous document, and then more information basically came out today. But much of what happened that day at the center scene on Oak Street and elsewhere as the gunman neared was captured on video, according to the 45-page document, which includes an FBI affidavit. It lays out key evidence that led to last year's indictment against 5 alleged O-Block street gang members now accused in the brazen killing, 6 making King Von. It says investigators towed a car used in the shooting one day after it happened, later searched it and found evidence that implicated Charles C. Murder Liggins. The document also points to diss tracks, the song posted online in which street gang members disrespect rivals, fueling violence on the streets. The document, a search warrant application originally filed on October 1st, was unsealed earlier this month. It sought a judge's permission to examine phone data associated with Liggins, as well as Muwab, aka Marcus Smart, and Tacorlius Alfred. All 3 would be charged in an indictment filed September 2021, which named Kenneth Robertson and Christopher C. Thank Thomas as defendants. The indictment was sealed on October 13th, and that was basically last year. Now this year, they unsealed even more information that shows on the 18th of August 2020, detectives McKenna Highland relocated to Area 2 and met with both FBI special agents Proxta and Molika. Detectives McKenna and Highland then interviewed Redacted. The following is summarized account of the interview with Redacted. Weekly was creating rap music that disrespected the Black Disciple gang members. They're talking about FBG Duck. They're talking about probably the song Dead Bitches in particular. And then King Von offered a $50,000 reward to anyone who killed Weekly, who is FBG Duck. A short time later, King Von increased the reward to $100,000 related after the murder of Weekly. Von then purchased custom-made necklaces for O-Block GDs responsible for the murder of Weekly.
I want to know the name.
Yeah, I know. C. Murder.
Okay.
Yeah.
And both of these on one?
19th to 2000.
This basically shows that, I don't know if y'all remember that video back when King Von was gone from the whole area and then came back and gave hella necklaces to his homies, and essentially they're saying that that has something to do with the whole case that's currently ongoing, if you really think about it, because that was a whole moment. Everyone was saying that was some crazy shit when he pulled back up to the city and gave all his homies those OTF chains when he got off of his private jet and shit, and it was like posted on vlogs and shit like that, and they're saying that that had something essentially to do with it. They have another witness that basically identified the shooters, stating that Muwap O-Block affiliate had conducted several murders on behalf of O-Block. Blank was then shown a Camtasia video compiled by the Area 3 Technical Center of FBG DUCK's homicide. Blank was also shown photographs provided by the FBI Special Agent Doyle of individuals from O-Block Black Disciple faction from Parkway Gardens, aka O-Block, identified and were all friends, but then recently had a falling out. He identified blank and blank, who supported O-Block with drugs and firearm purchases. Blank related blank would then receive the profits from these drug sales and reward O-Block members with jewelry and vacations. Basically, they're saying that King Von basically funded the whole operation and would use the money that he got back to buy jewelry and get vacations and stuff with everyone else, and use rap money to do so. They basically said they identified Charles Liggins, aka C Murder, as an original O-Block member whose brother Sherrod Liggins was killed by St. Lawrence Gangster Disciples faction. Blank identified blank, I'm assuming Muwap, as a shooter who was close to King Von, identified Marcus Smart as Muwap and having conducted several murders on behalf of O-Block. They identified Carlos Alfred as Carlos, who was an O-Block member with family ties to the Black Disciples leadership. And they also identified C-Thang, who's Christopher Thomas, as a younger O-Block member, and identified Robertson as Gleesh, who was a longtime O-Block member and close associate to King Von. Related, he was willing to meet with law enforcement again. This concluded the interview of blank. The person whose name they redacted was basically the person that gave this information. Man, so this is pretty crazy situation that sort of shows the inner workings of the Chicago environment that these dudes basically lived in, especially O-Block and King Von, and how he basically ran the streets, which definitely has you wondering, you know, what would it have been like if he hadn't have gotten shot that one day by Lil Tim? Would he have been free? Would he have been around? I mean, he's definitely, this is like the third murder that he's basically been accused of. He's been accused, the police have basically pinned several other murders on him since he has died. We don't know if that's necessarily because they didn't have any real evidence, so they're just pinning on him. So I don't even know if it's worth really going into those. You should probably look at those as a grain of salt, because even though he's associated, he might not have actually physically done those. The police might not have just had evidence and just pinned it on him now that he was dead without any evidence, and it's a dead person. Honestly, they don't have to take him to trial or anything like that or prove anything about it. So like I said, it should be taken with a grain of salt. But at the same time, say that he was wrapped up in those situations, like maybe one out of those three or two out of those three he could have been a part of, and now this, if he was still alive, I wouldn't be surprised if he would be facing life in prison right now or in jail right now, because, like, you know, that shit is just crazy altogether, that these dudes really were just sort of running crazy. I mean, I guess it's really not crazy when you think about it, but I feel like, you know, they rap about it and some people capping their rap. There's no way that this dude was capping. Everything he said was most likely something that happened or based off of something. But hey, let me know in the comments what y'all think about that shit, man. Real stay safe shit. You already know what's going on, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Peace.